Privet to our techy friends in Russia and hello to everyone. This is our next tutorial in our series on web scraping using Python. I'm Scrappy and this is World Web Scraping. There we go! So welcome to World Web Scraping. This is our next tutorial in our series on web scraping using Python. In today's tutorial we will dig more into web crawling and we will create a complete web crawler with which we can use to scrap data from a website for multiple pages. In one of our tutorials we went to Wikipedia page and we grabbed all the links from there and we created our first web crawler. But today we are going to create an actual web crawler that can scrap data from multiple pages of the single website, and from there we can store that data also. So let's get started. So this is the most common task that you do in a web crawling. Either you are scraping data from a single page, and that you can do using web scraping that we have talked in detail in many of our tutorials. So you can use that. The other most common task, most useful task that you do is you scrap data from a single website multiple pages. It could be any website, like you are checking some products on Amazon and you want to scrap all of the data from their Amazon or related to that product. So like you are checking your product and there are say 100 pages. That product runs in 100 pages, could have multiple varieties, like if you are checking sports shoes, so there could be lakhs of sports shoes available on Amazon, and that data could run in hundreds of pages. How to scrap data that? So these are the kinds of tasks that you will be mostly doing, because you will be knowing what all data you need to scrap. First of all, it will not be like going from one link to another link and you will just keep gathering. That's not the usual task unless you Google, and who needs all of that information. This is a task that you need to do as a web scrapper. This is what you would be exactly doing. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you from a website how to scrap data from multiple pages of a single website. Right? You can use this technique anywhere and any website that has been pagination, right? That has multiple pages, and if you just need to find out how that website moves from one place to another place, and some logic you have to implement into your code. So this can be used anywhere, like you can use this on Amazon or Flipkart, or any other website that's like eBay, or that has like multiple pages like this. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrap data from this freelancing website. This is one of the top 5 freelancing websites, guru.com. It's a US-based website, and most of our work is related to that. Is an international website. So you see what I'm going to do here. I have a type of search here that I'm looking for a data science freelancing job. So I have entered that in the search criteria, and I have got all of these results here, and this data runs into multiple pages. You see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 pages of data here, and I want to scrap all of this data. How I'm going to do that? So to do that, what we will do is we will write a function first. We will analyze all of this data and what all the tags are there and how this data runs. We are going to analyze all of that first, and then we are going to create a function that will run into multiple pages and scrap us all of this data. So we will start building our function step by step instead of writing the complete function in the one go. we'll build it step by step, and we will make a confirm that every part of our function work. Then we will create a complete function, and then we will scrap all of the data. So I'm going to use Pandas today. That is a data science library or so in use. Pandas, I'm going to create a Pandas data frame that will gracefully show you the complete data. You can save it, the data, if you want to CSV or Excel file. In one of my tutorial earlier, I showed you how to save the data into a CSV file. If you don't remember, please do visit that video. So again, I'm importing the standard libraries. I'm importing a URL library request as a URL open from BS4 input, beautiful soup as soup, import RE as regular expression, import pandas as PD. Next, I'm creating 4 dictionaries here. So let me tell you what I'm going to scrap today. First, I'm going to scrap the title of the job. So every job has a title, like a custom component for home assistant, expert, affordable, web development company. So we are going to scrap this title. We are going to scrap this fixed or hourly, that is the pricing. So how does guru.com works is that you can hire a freelancer by its hourly rate, or you can pay him a fixed price. So that's what we are going to extract, and we are going to extract the name of the employer of the person who is posted this job. Then we are going to extract his location. So we are going to extract 4 things here. If you want, you can simply extract other things. Also, you can extract this complete paragraph. You can extract this information here. So that's what we are doing. So first, let's check where this custom component for home assistant, where this title of our post is coming. Inspect and go here, and you see this title is coming here inside this h2 tag. The class is job record double underscore title, job record underscore title, and change visited. This is where this in under the h2 tag. Under this class there is a tag, and under a tag there is a href attribute, and under that it is coming as a text. We are going to first this class, first h2 tag, then to this class, then to a tag, then href, and then going to extract the text. So that's the step here. Then the fixed price or hourly, let's click on that, inspect again. It is coming here under div class, is job record budget. Under that it is coming into the strong tag, and here it is the tag. We are going to div and class, then we are going to a strong tag, and we are going to extract this text from there. That's the step for extracting that. Let's go and check this name. The name is coming under the h3 tag, and then the class is identity name. Under that it's coming under a tag, and style font weight, that's the attribute under that we extended. Here we have Joseph and name. You to see there are number of there are multiple spaces here, so we will have to remove all of this extra spacing, and we have to remove these codes also. So that's what we will do. Then go to location and inspect the location. Is coming under the p tag. Class is subtext start gray, and here it is again coming under the strong tag, and from there we can extract this text. So these 4 things we are going to extract today. So to do that, and creating 4 empty lists. In this list I'm going to store my scrap data and then convert it into Pandas data frame. So first is job title, as if says if the list for job title, job poster, that is for the employer name, job pricing, that is our fixed or hourly, job location is the location of the employer. So that's what we are going to do. So let's run this cell. Now we will create our functions step by step. So first I'm going to need to check wherever my that title is coming. Let's go back and see the title again. So my title is coming h2 class, then a tag, and then href. Then from there I need to get this text. So that's what I'm writing here. What I'm doing is I'm opening my first web page. So this is the URL of a web page, and then I'm creating a BS object, right? And I'm creating beautiful soup object BSO, and from there I'm reading this URL. That's the standard step you do always. Then what I'm doing is for a link I'm writing a for loop, and in this for what I'm doing is the first BSO soup object dot find all. I'm going to h2 class, that is the class. We have our tag in write this h2, and I'm going write this write so h2. Then the class is the class which has this h2, and then so we will reach here. If we will write that thing, we will reach here. Then from there we need to go to a tag. So for that I'm writing for loop for link in this. So this will create me, if you remember, to find all always create us a list. So from that list we need to extract every single item one by one, right? So for that I need to write for loop. So I'm writing for loop for link in bso dot find all links dot a. Okay, remember our tag is under a. So dot a dot text, I'm directly extracting the text. I'm not writing href. I'm from a, and because I need just the text, so I'm writing a dot text. So that's what I'm doing, and let's run the cell and see what we will get. We will get all of the job titles. We at the first page going to just for the first page right now to go to another page as I need to create the function. So that's what the function is. So you see here we have got very clean data here, all of our text in a very neat format. And next I want to scrap data, whatever the job is, an hourly or fixed price. So go there again and see this tag again. It is a div class. This job record budget, then strongly, and from there need to extract the text. It's very simple, just the same step, similar step as we have done about that BSO dot find all, go to div, and from there go to this class. So that will create me again a list, and from that list I'm taking one element at a time. So I'm writing for loop, and from that element what I'm doing is job.strong. So from that go to strong tag, and from there take out the tag. That as simple as that, and run the cell, and we have got our required data neat and clean. Then what I need to find is first place move the cell up again. Now in this cell what I'm doing is I'm extracting the name of the employer, name of the person who is posted to that job. So go back again, check. This is coming under h3 tag. Class is identity name. From there it is going to a text style, and from there we have the text. So again, very simple, similar to the above steps. Again I'm writing for loop. So again I will get a list. I will take one single item at a time. So go to S3. What I'm saying is go to h3 tag, there go to class identity name. From there you will get a list, and from that list take one item at a time, and then go to a tag and go to the text. Now I'm using a dotted stripe. What this dot stripe is to remove all of these extra spacing and this code signs. And let's run the cell, and we have got our data, right? And next I'm finding the location of the person again. The location is under the P tag. We have seen that. Go here, inspect. The location is in the P tag. It goes to class subtext dark gray. Under that it is a strong tag, and from there we need the text. So go to again BSO, find all, go to P tag, and from there go to class subtext dark gray, and from there take one single item at a time, and on that that, go to strong tag, and from there just give me the text. So I will go to all of the locations. You see Australia, US, UK, India, and then again most of the jobs you see are in the US. Then so these are the 4 steps that we need. We have verified all of these steps works, and then now we need to write a function. Remove this unnecessary cell. So to write a function, which we do, I'm writing a function freelance and def freelance, but what I'm giving a single argument to this function, that is a web page. So I will just pass web page URL to this function, and then it will run the function and I will get my desired data. So again, it's the same as we always do. We are opening this web. So we are encoding URL open, and it will open the web page that we are creating a BS Beautiful Soup object, soupcrawl.read. So it is going to read our all pages. So that's the same step. Now these all steps are similar to what we did above. It's just the same thing that I did above, and just are not the for loop comes in the second step. So what are these are basic things, are these lines from here to here. So this is what I'm taking from all of the above. So all of these lines where I do find all, I'm putting that here and I'm assigning them to a variable. So for title bsobj title, go to bsobj dot find all again, go to h2 and class, and this thing then for pricing, and then for bsobj name and bsobj location. So these are all the 4 things that we have done above, and we are putting those now. We wrote a for loop for all of them. So this is the for loop we wrote. So if we will write that for loop for all of them in a single go. So what I'm saying here is for x in range length of bsobj title. What does this mean? So once I'm doing like a bsobj title, right? And when this cell, what this line will do, it will go to h2 tag, and it will find out all of the h2 tags which has this class, right? It will find all of them, and so it will be a list, right? And this length of this list will be the number of entries that are on this page. The number of entries that are all on one single base, that will be the length of that bsobj title. Remember that this will create a list, and I'm writing that the length of that list, so I'm creating a range. So what will that mean? That if there are saved 10 entries on that page, so here the range will become 0 to 10, so it will go from there up to 10 items, and it will extract all the data from there. So it's as simple as that. And then it will extract every single item from there. Is the same for loop, and again doing that. What I need to do now is, like, if you remember, we created all these empty lists, so I need to append all of these the list with my required data. So first I'm doing it in my empty list job title. I'm doing dot append, and I have got this via the subject title. I've got this list from this list. I'm extracting this element X, and then I'm going to a tag and get me the text right. Is the same step we did above that. Again, I'm appending my job pricing list here, dot append, and go to this variable and find me X with the take out the first element, and then go to strong tag and get my text, then appending my job poster. That is the name of the person who posted dot append bsobj named to go to the first element by element. X element goes to a tag text dot stripe. So it's the same thing that we did above, and I'm writing here in one single loop. Same for the job location. So I've got all of the 4 lists that I created now. I have appended all of those lists now and removed this extra thing. Now my web page is this. If I go to the second page, see if my first page is this right, you see here. This is my complete tag page /1/ And so that is how we find out if the first page is like that. Let's go to the second page and see what is the URL of the second page. The second page goes to URL. See, nothing changes, just this number changes too. And if you go to any page after that, the URL will remain same, just the page number will change here. So we just need to do that to create ours for loop. We just need to change our page numbers. So that's what we will be doing here. So go here, and so this now my function is complete now to call this function, because I need to go from one page to another page. I'm writing for loop again, so I have 8 pages here. So what I'm writing for in range 1 to 9, so it will go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, then 7 till 8. It will not take 9. So what I'm doing, I have assigned page is equal to 0 first. I have created a variable page and I assign the 0 value to 8. And now what I'm doing, page is equal to page plus I. So first when it will go to the first page, so I will become 1. So the page will become 0 plus 1, which means 1. So the page will become here 1. Then I'm writing a web page. So my web page URL, I have not written the number here, just the number here. I can write here 1, 2 or whatever the page is. So to do that, what I'm doing, web page is equal to the web page. This web based plus stream page. I'll get the number here. I will get the first one. I will get 1 here, 2, 3, then 4, and then I will add that number to this thing. So it will keep adding it here, 2, 3, 4, like that. So that way every time my loop run, that page number keep changing, and accordingly my web page URL will keep changing. You are going to go from one page to another page, and I will get all of my data, and then I'm calling the freelance function that I created here. I passed web-based to it. And now because it is in for loop, it will go from one place to another and it will scrap me all of my data. And let's run the cell. It will take some time. It was scrapping all of the data from all of the pages. Next, I'm creating a Pandas data frame. So if you know Python, if you do data science and stuff, you know how to create a Pandas data frame. So my cell has run and it has downloaded all the data that I need now. I need to show this data to you. For that, I'm creating a Pandas data frame. So this is how I'm creating a PDL data frame. I'm creating 4 columns. In 4 column, job title, employer, pricing, and job location. That are my 4 lists, right? And I'm assigning my list to those type column names, and then I'm calling df is equal to pd.data frame. My data is this, right? And then I'm assigning column names, and I'll run this cell, and this, you see, we have got all of our data. We have everything here. We have got all of our data, and see how nice and clean it is. The job title has employer name, it has pricing, and it has the location, and we have all of the information that we need. And now if you want to, you can save it in an Excel file or CSV, wherever you want to. If you want to add more columns here, you can just update this function. You can just create a more empty list, and you can just update his function here, and you can scrap data like that. Okay. And if you want to go to another website, change these things here, just change these things according to your requirements and this part here, and create your empty list and run the cell, and you will get out of your data. So that's what it is. One thing to remember is, you have to keep sometimes the website keep changing their interfaces, their HTML structure, and so this function can give you an error sometimes, because yesterday when I was creating the content for this tutorial, when I was writing all of this codeguru.com went down, and for about 3 hours. I had already created all of my code at the time, and I had already verified it and when I was running it for one last time to check all of data, what happened? They went down for 3 hours and they changed the whole of the sum of the structure in the HTML page. And because of that, my code was giving me an error. So I had to again pick what they did is change some of these classes. Change the name of some of these classes, and I couldn't do that because those classes did not exist anymore. So my function was giving me an error, so I had to rewrite this code again, and now it is running fine. So you have created, say, one function today and you want to try to run it again after 10 days, so that might give an error because the site may have changed. So keep that in mind. Okay, that's all, and this is like now you are ready to start scrapping multiple pages from your website. You go similarly and start scrapping, and you will get your desired data. So scrapping and crawling, are you like our two things that are in like as per your requirements unless you are Google or something, whatever you will need. We have covered under that. We need to cover APIs and stuff that will make web scraping even more easier, and we will see that in some upcoming tutorials. So that is all for today, my techie friends. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video tutorial, and do not stop visiting our website. Leave your comments below and ask me any question you have. I will be happy to answer them. Link is given in description of this video to get code and full material. Stay happy, stay safe, stay techie.